A big move for Zero Waste this year was really focusing on our special events, the separately ticketed events, Wild About Wine, Zoo La La, Zoofari, Zoo Brew, those kinds of things, and finding ways where we could divert the waste produced at those events and sort it separately alongside some of our efforts to donate excess food to our partners at the Last Mile Food Rescue. Through the events that we operated as Zero Waste, we were able to divert nearly 2.5 tons of compost away from the landfill, along with nearly 3 tons of recyclable materials. Overall, that means a huge success for our net zero waste goal, the goal being that we divert 90% of our material or more away from landfills. These numbers, along with the food that we were able to donate, represents a better than 99% diversion for our zero waste events. That's unbelievable that we were able to achieve that. It really is a testament to the collaborative relationship within the zoo between the planners in the events department, the folks in purchasing who are helping us out and coordinating with vendors to say that we've seen thousands of guests at these ticketed events and that we're somewhere in the neighborhood of like fractions of a pound per visitor for the events going to the landfill, which is really, really impressive. Actually, determining that we've achieved a zero waste event all comes down to what happens after we remove the material from our property. We have found our most effective method in these circumstances is to rely on a sorting partner through the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections, their partners at Ohio Prison Industries, who has a team of guys that take an opportunity to work outside the walls of the facility where they are currently incarcerated, where they receive the waste that we produce and by hand go through and sort each piece into recyclable, compostable, or landfill.
Food is the biggest thing. I see so much food wasted.
Take the time to just separate it.
And when you see all this trash, and by the time we're done, the amount that actually goes to a landfill is pretty incredible. Not much at all.
When you see the percentage that doesn't go to landfill, it's very shocking to say, wow, it's possible, and they do it. They do it every single week.
Spreading the word. Hope that we get to save and reuse more and cut down on the landfill.
Zero waste is a huge part of the zoo's conservation efforts. Everything from preventing contamination of plastics out in wild places, better using the land that we have available as people so that we're not further impacting habitat for wildlife, trying to reduce the stuff that goes into landfills, as a lot of that stuff either doesn't decay or decays into dangerous, harmful greenhouse gases, and trying to put those things to better use. So the zero waste efforts that we're taking on don't just involve sort of what we would call post-consumer goods. Some of it is sort of pre-consumer leftovers. We are able to donate edible leftovers from these events. Over the course of the events, we have donated almost 3,000 pounds of food that Last Mile Food Rescue has been able to turn into meals to provide directly to people in need in our community. The successes of our zero waste events this year have served as a proof of concept of what is possible. We know that it is possible to divert 90+% of our waste away from the landfill. Next steps involve figuring out ways that we can move away from just zero waste events into our daily operations so that as an entire organization, we can achieve that net zero waste goal.